Before we begin, tap the like button so the algorithm does not scam you out of more insane history stories. Today we are breaking down 5 of the most unbelievable con artists in history. These people were so bold and creative that entire governments, banks, and crowds of thousands fell for their tricks. And by the end of this video, you might question how they got away with any of it. Let's begin. 1. Victor Lustig, the man who sold the Eiffel Tower twice. Our story begins in Paris in the 1920s. Victor Lustig, one of the smoothest scammers who ever lived, steps into a luxury hotel conference room and meets with a group of powerful scrap metal businessmen. He is calm, confident. Dressed like a high-ranking official, he unfolds a stack of government-style documents and tells them that the Eiffel Tower has become too expensive to maintain. The French government supposedly wants it dismantled, and the businessmen in the room are shocked and thrilled. This is the chance of a lifetime. Next, Lustig leads them around the base of the Eiffel Tower itself. He points at rusted metal. He warns them this deal must remain confidential. By the end of the tour, they are fully convinced the government really is selling it for scrap. One nervous businessman takes Lustig aside and slips him an envelope of cash, hoping to win the contract. And that is exactly what Lustig is waiting for. Within hours, Lustig is on a train heading out of Paris, suitcase full of money, smirking as the Eiffel Tower fades behind him. Days later, newspapers explode with the story that someone sold the Eiffel Tower, and Victor Lustig is long gone. What makes it crazier is that he came back to Paris weeks later and tried the same scam again. 2. Frank Abagnale, the master of fake everything. Next is the man whose life inspired the movie Catch Me If You Can. Frank Abagnale was only a teenager when he began impersonating professionals around the world. His first major trick was walking through airports dressed as a Pan Am pilot. He learned that people treat pilots like celebrities, so he used a fake uniform, a confident walk, and suddenly flight crews saluted him. Hotels paid for his rooms, banks cashed his paychecks without blinking. Soon, he learned how to print fake checks. They piled up across the country while bank tellers tried to figure out what was happening. Then came one of his boldest moves. Frank put on a doctor's coat, walked into a hospital, and acted like he belonged there. He reviewed charts, gave instructions, and because he acted with confidence, the staff trusted him. He even posed as a lawyer in a courtroom, convincing the judge that he was a licensed attorney. Eventually, the FBI caught up to him. The chase through the airport became legendary. Frank sprinted in his pilot hat as agents ran behind him. It took years, several aliases in multiple countries before he was finally arrested. And still to this day, his scams remain some of the most creative ever pulled off. 3. Anna Sorokin, the fake German heiress. Anna Sorokin stepped into New York City pretending to be a German millionaire heiress. She dressed in designer clothing, stayed in 5-star hotels, and demanded VIP treatment everywhere she went. Hotel staff carried her bags. Restaurant hosts moved people aside to seat her instantly. She acted like she belonged in the world of the ultra-rich, and New York believed her. Inside boardrooms, she pitched investors for millions. She handed out fake documents that looked flawless. Bankers fell for it. Socialites invited her to rooftop parties where she stood next to celebrities who assumed she was one of them. But the truth hit hard when hotel staff realized she had no money at all. Massive bills stacked up, tens of thousands of dollars, and Anna simply stared back calmly, insisting the wire transfer was coming. Eventually, she was arrested in a cafe, still wearing designer clothes, still smirking as people watched. Her confidence alone had built an entire imaginary empire. 4. Charles Ponzi, the original pyramid king. Before modern pyramid schemes existed, there was Charles Ponzi, and his confidence was unmatched. Ponzi stood on a podium and promised the impossible, guaranteed profits of 50% in just 45 days. Crowds cheered. They believed he had discovered a brilliant new international postage system. Within weeks, people lined up around the block, handing him their savings. He took the cash, gave early investors money from the new investors, and everyone thought he was a financial genius. His office overflowed with letters and international stamps. Reporters visited and saw mountains of mail, believing he was running a global operation. But the entire scene was staged. Eventually, investigators grew suspicious and peered through windows, trying to figure out how Ponzi was earning so much money. Inside, Ponzi wiped sweat from his forehead, knowing the truth was closing in. Finally, newspapers printed massive headlines exposing the scam. Crowds panicked, investors demanded their money back, and Ponzi slipped into the background as his empire collapsed. 5. The Fox sisters, the women who invented the ghost scam. In the late 1800s, 3 sisters from New York convinced the world they could speak to the dead. They performed in candlelit theaters while mysterious knocking sounds echoed through the room. Audiences gasped, people paid fortunes to attend their shows, They even toured the country, performing seances in dark rooms, claiming spirits answered their questions. Backstage, the sisters counted piles of cash while posters advertised their supernatural powers. Scientists tried to investigate them. They inspected the tables and walls, searching for hidden mechanisms, but the sisters acted innocent every time. Then everything changed. When the oldest sister stepped on stage one night, she revealed the truth. The ghost sounds were fake. They created the knocking with nothing more than their joints and toes. The audience was stunned. Years of ghost rumors collapsed instantly. And there you have it. 5 of the most unbelievable con artists in history. Each one proved that confidence can be as powerful as money, and that the right lie at the right moment can fool entire crowds, governments, and even the world. If you want more wild true story breakdowns just like this one, make sure you subscribe. It helps the channel grow, and it makes sure you never miss the next unbelievable tale from history.